Hi, so this is another video about the UI, and yeah, let me just start. So first off is I guess I want to talk about how to do the layout of the player ship info up here, but let's do that later. So JM created some characters like I mentioned in the previous video, I think, and these are the characters that he created. This guy is like a guy with a mohawk. And then there's another guy here which is like a ghoul with like fancy clothes. So this is how they look like in the game. I For me I think they look good. I think the proportions a bit weird, like the head. They kind of look like bobblehead characters right now in this once you put it in the game like this. But yeah, I mean they at least they look more readable than the regular Unreal Engine mannequins since they're a bit bigger, and the mannequin I mean they have more vibrant colors so you can tell them apart, so I think it's important that the crew members have unique colors so that you can immediately tell them apart without needing the name. And yeah, I also added Fabrice's door asset, but I just made the animation simpler since I didn't want to do the complicated animation stuff. I mean, it's not really complicated, but this way quicker just to make it slide down like this. So that's what I did. And then yeah, I guess for the ship, the only stuff remaining is the ship systems and the exterior of the ship. Then it should be good already. And then what else? Oh yeah, the UI. So if you notice the tooltips, I also changed it now. Tooltips, the crew member tooltips here. I also have the systems. Yeah, the system data are connected again. But previously I mentioned that I'm gonna find a way to make the data modular. Then the more I looked into it, the more complicated it got. So I told myself, okay, I don't want to over engineer this for now. This just need a demo, so I just did it the way I usually do for handling the data communication with the widgets. Yeah, it would be better to have the data modular from the widgets, but that would take more time for me. So it's better to just have something that works right now. Also, the what else did I change? I guess I removed the other tabs here, added a next tab, and also yeah, the top part here. So the crew members, I made them smaller, and the images are stretched because they're not the right proportions for this type of layout. I think for this card style of the crew member display, it should be 3x4 for the character image. But anyway, I tried experimenting where to lay out the crew member position. So I came up with this for now. If we want to have the like a mirrored version in the enemy side, so like how the game usually looks, where there's a player airship health here and then there's enemy health here. But oh yeah, I also did the node map, so it looks pretty cool now. Yeah, this is how the node map looks like. Let me go to an enemy ship. So yeah, I made the crew member widget smaller since if I made it bigger, it might be occupying some of the ship's real estate. And I also made the camera zoom out a bit so that there would be a bit more space for the UI. I mean, okay, this is probably still not ideal, but I also zoom out a bit because I know we're gonna add exteriors and stuff. So I just wanted to see how that would look like with the exterior. So the camera would probably be zoomed out like this, and then there would be space here for the crew members. If you add more crew members, you can fill it up to this part, which would be around like 10 crew members. So that's one way of handling this player information here. I also moved the resource in this side, since you don't. I mean, putting in the middle is also pretty good, I think, since it's also important to see this. But yeah, it could be placed somewhere else, but for now I just put it there. So another solution for the UI situation is, okay, so Voidware has their player focused UI on the very top part, so there's like a top taskbar up here, and then the enemy has like their own area here, and that's what me and Amit thought of as well. So instead of having, wait, let me find the yeah, like this. Instead of having like the enemy and player airship like this, like it's kind of like a fighter game, symmetrical. I was thinking, what if, yeah, there's like a taskbar instead. So let me just kind of explain that using paint, I guess, because I'm still not really happy about the crew members being in this side. So I was thinking, what if, yeah, this crew members be here somewhere, and the jump, instead of being the middle, could be somewhere here in this corner. The resource would be this corner, crew members in this corner. Let's add more to see how it looked like with many. Yeah, and then there'd be some sort of like a backdrop here, so they all look cohesive. Maybe like, how do I make a solid square? Okay, that doesn't work. But I was thinking of, oh, I can't control Z now. Okay, there. Yeah, something like in Voidware, where it's like there's this one panel that's connecting everything together. Because right now it looks like they're just all floating in their own space. So what if there's like a panel connecting everything together, and then for the enemy information to be down here, maybe a bit smaller, something like that. Evasion chance. So there will be a clear cut between the enemy and player information. So be something like this. I think I like this. I think I like the setup where the jump button is here now, or maybe, or just in this top area. Everything is in the top area. So there's nothing in the middle, only this enemy information here. So this is something, yeah, because yeah, this is something I want Amit to give feedback on, because I'm gonna implement the enemy information side of the UI into the game, because it's what's missing right now. Enemy information, and also yeah, if I open the cargo, this is also missing. So I'm just, since I'm not sure to do this, I'm just gonna replace it with the old system where you can just drag and drop systems, and it's just like one inventory space for the systems. Then for the crew members here, yeah, since I didn't have the items set up yet for the crew members, and I don't have perks yet, I just left it like this since I'm not sure what to do here. I also want to ask for the crew members, is this gonna be like a storage area where you can assign a crew member or unassign them? So it means you always have crew members stored in here. I mean, can you store crew members, or are crew members always active in the game. So that's also another question I want to ask to Amit, so I know how to handle this, because I don't know if this is like a place to start crew members or just a place to overview the crew members or something. And yeah, what else? I think that's mostly kind of it. Yeah, I think that's mostly kind of it. So yeah, for my next steps, I'm just gonna do the final stuff to get the game playable, like the enemy health and the cargo here. And then yeah, for the dialogue, yeah, I was hoping to do it this week, but unfortunately everything else took way longer than I thought. So the dialogue would probably be for next week. And also, I want to do the flavor text today, but then I realized the flavor text is basically like a dialogue system too, since you have options. So I'm just gonna do both of them together next week, probably. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today, and thanks for watching.